My name is Matthias Müllerin. I'm the managing director of Remedy and I head the studio working on Alan Wake. We've had a wonderful opportunity to bring Alan Wake over here and show it to people, and most of all, to give it to the hands of them to actually play and enjoy. So that's a wonderful opportunity for us. With Alan Wake, we're building a psychological action thriller, and to really do that, we're combining the mind of a psychological thriller with the body of a cinematic action game.
It will come back to get me. You must... They're here! He's not stopping!
In terms of the high concept and the story, we start off with the Wakes arriving in Bright Falls, which is an idyllic and quirky small town, a familiar setting from various TV series and movies. You know, it has echoes of Twin Peaks, if you will. And kind of the premise of the story is that Alan Wake's a best-selling writer, but he hasn't managed to write anything in over 2 years. And when his wife Alice goes missing on their vacation, Wake finds himself trapped in a nightmare with his latest work, a thriller novel he doesn't even remember writing, coming true before his very eyes. So a dark presence is woken up in the small town of Bright Falls, and it's taken over everything in its path, pushing Wake to the brink of sanity, you know, in his fight to unravel the mystery and to save his love. The gameplay mechanics are quite unique. Light is a key gameplay element. Light's a combat tool and a safe haven for the gamer, but it also, I mean, it ripples on various levels, into the story and into the fiction as well. But when you drill right down to it, Light is a combat tool for the gamer, and his enemies are protected by shadows and by the dark presence which has possessed them and taken over, and we call them the Taken. And as the locals are attacking you, what you need to do is to use your light source and to destroy the dark presence and the shadows away before you can do damage with a conventional weapon. So it's kind of a layer on top of the conventional action game mechanics, but it's something that's much better played than explained. It's kind of like with Max Payne when we tried to explain that we're using slow motion, and that was maybe harder to communicate, but when you played it, it actually was quite intuitive and cool to get into. We're taking a lot of influences from popular culture in general, so TV series, movies, books, graphic novels, and bringing those into games and hopefully bringing something unique, something that pushes the envelope in games. But also familiar to the audience from these different forms of entertainment. So we're using an episodic structure, so the game is structured like a season of a TV series, if you will. Pacing to a thriller is key. If you're going at 100 miles an hour, you don't see the speed after a while. So we want to build a thrill ride, a heart-pounding thrill ride for the gamers out there. And that really means that we have a story with suspense, twists, and cliffhangers, but we also have a cool cinematic action game at the heart of it. So this is looking at our heritage. We're deploying a lot of things into a thriller, into a new genre for us. But this is a cinematic action game from the makers of Max Payne. Of course, we're exploring a thriller, and the story has that certain tone, and we're exploring new emotional ground. But at its heart, I think action gamers won't be disappointed either. So you have the choice of delving deeper into the world and to find more story, but if you want to grab a flashlight and a gun and you want to go, you'll still get the skeleton of a thriller. It'll all make sense. It just lacks a bit of depth around it, but at its heart, it's combining these two elements. Alan Wake is coming out on May 18th in North America and shortly afterwards in Europe, and it'll be on the Xbox 360.